good with y'all? It's your boy Go Mill. I don't know why I treat YouTube as like just the last thing that's at the bottom of the pit, but I got to get more consistent on here. I'm not gonna lie to you, I got to get more consistent. So I was at the gym working out yesterday. I had my workout playlist on. I feel like everybody should have that type of playlist. And a Shiesty song came up, and it was probably one of the few Shiesty songs that I enjoy, which so happened to just be in my workout playlist. And I got to thinking to myself, there's about what, 3 to 4 Shiesty songs that I like. And the song that I was listening to, I remembered the album that it came from, and I was thinking, man, this was a bad album. Which led to me thinking, what are some bad albums that people just don't bring the light to? Because I know for a fact there are a lot of bad records out there that nobody really ever wants to talk about, and that kind of confuses me. So I thought, you know what? Let's not say this is toxic or negative or anything, but let's just bring the light onto records that should be recognized as bad, that people don't have memory of or just kind of shy away. But before we get into the video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all click that post notification bell on. We're about to get back on consistent back on YouTube. I know I keep saying that, but for me, make sure you share this video, like and share this video. It really helps me out. But yeah, let's get into this video. First album I want to talk about while I'm talking about Shiesty is the album that he put out a number of years ago, Shiesty Season, his debut album. Now, I have no problem with the Memphis genre of rap, the Memphis section of trap music, but when it comes to Memphis music, I think my listening ears are just a little bit tired out, considering I am from the deep down south, and Memphis music was a lot of what I grew up on, especially going into my teenage years. I heard a lot of Memphis music, so it got kind of tiring for me as well. And when somebody like Shiesty came onto the scene, I wasn't just really impressed with his style or anything. I feel like it was just, we've seen it 1,000 times. It was kind of boring to me, and that was when I began to shy away from the Memphis music. I was already into the Uzis and the Cardis and, you know, just the whole SoundCloud era in general. I was already deep off into that section. But yeah, all these albums I'm gonna list, I've listened to previously just to give myself a refresher, to remind myself if they're still bad. And yeah, they're still bad. Shiesty Season, there's nothing pretty much innovative on this album, nothing creative. It's pretty much just the same old boring routine over and over again with slightly different beats, if you will. Nothing really special here. Shiesty, not a bad artist overall. Can give you a glimpse of something special here and there, but overall just generic. Next album we're gonna go over is Virgo World by Lil Tecca. Now, for all the Tecca fans out there, I feel like they have swept this completely under the rug. This was probably one of the most disappointing albums that I probably have ever listened to. And the reason why it was so disappointing is because I genuinely could not find anything good to say about the album. I think what I personally rated this album when it first came out, I think I gave it like a 0, no bullshit. I actually think I gave it like a 0 because there was nothing good about the album. And you know, Tecca, he had just debuted with We Love You Tecca, which was fairly decent in its honor, but I just feel like I don't want to say he dropped the ball because he wasn't really setting the bar too high with We Love You Tecca, but like I feel like he just didn't capitalize off of that, and I just feel like his ship kind of sunk a little bit. But I feel like when he announced We Love You Tecca 2, that just kind of blew over and everybody else just kind of forgot about that album. But yeah, Tecca, not a bad artist at all. I actually kind of enjoy Tecca's music a little bit. He's shown that he can give you something special when he's collabing with artists such as Gunna, his songs that he has with King Carson. He can really give you something special if he really puts in the effort. But Virgo World, shout out to the Tecca fans that kind of swept that under the rug. People probably forgot that wasn't even the album. I still don't like anything about this album till this day. Let's move on to the next one. All right, next album that we're gonna go through is Pegasus. Now, Trippy fans have also, just like Tecca fans, they have swept this album under the rug. There are also some fans that would try to defend this album. Before the whole 20-song album came about, I want to say this was about 26 songs. It was super bloated for an album at the time. And again, it was just a big disappointment. It was a very long listen at the time for an album. And I feel like as an artist, it was one of the lowest points in Trippy's career. Not saying that he fell off or anything, but he's made better projects. Everybody knows that, and he immediately, you know, Trippy will always bounce back with a better project. That's what I've learned over the years. He'll always bounce back with something better. But out of his whole discography, I'd probably say that Pegasus is his worst work. And yes, I know what you're thinking. It is worse than that rock album that he tried to put out, which kind of aged fairly decent over the years. I kind of enjoy it. But yeah, Pegasus, that is the worst Trippie Redd album. Let's move on to the next album. I wouldn't say that people forgot about Scorpion, A handful number of people can agree with me on this one. This is probably the worst Drake album. There's this opinion that I have of Drake that I have been saying for years, and I will continue to say it till this day. Drake, after 2015, kind of just went on a downward spiral, I would say. If you're reading This Is Too Late, I would say that is the best Drake project. Whether you want to call it an album or a mixtape, I feel like that album is perfect front to back. It is honestly no blemishes. I feel like that is probably his best work up to date. Yes, it's better than Nothing Was the Same. It's better than Take Care. It's better than Thank Me Later. I think If You're Reading This Is Too Late is his best work. But yeah, I don't know what got into this nigga after he made If You're Reading This Is Too Late, but it seemed like the nigga got nerfed. While Views is not completely and utterly trash, I wouldn't say it's aged very well over the years. More Life was kind of decent. I feel like you can put that kind of on the mid tier. And then there you have Scorpion that he dropped in 2018. And I feel like Drake was one of the first, I don't know if he was one of the first, somebody fact check me or something, ones to do like a side A and B of where, like, you know, I'm gonna rap on this side and then I'm gonna do R&B and the singing me on this part. I don't know why he did that. Just make your music, pick your tracks, make the track list, and just promote the album. Alright, now for the last album. I feel like there should be nobody that disagrees with this one. If you do, I'd love to hear somebody's reasoning for arguing this. Hall of Fame by Polo G. This album was genuinely bad. Polo G is probably one of the more notable, and I'm glad people caught on to this, one of the more notable one-trick ponies in the rap game. And it was sort of brought to light when he released Hall of Fame. Now, Hall of Fame, if I'm not mistaken, matter of fact, let me fact check myself on this so I don't get anything wrong. Okay, yeah, so I'm right. It was 20 tracks in total. Now, can somebody please tell me, what does Polo G have to tell me for 20 songs? Somebody please tell me. I'll wait here. Just give me an answer. What does Polo G have to tell me for 20 songs? And I'll admit, Rap Star was a good song. It was one of my top songs that year when it came out. That was a really good song. But to do that for, what, 17, 18 more times? No, thank you. I'm good off that. I'm glad there was finally some light that Polo G is a one-trick pony and that he needs to switch it up, do something else, and just maybe reinvent himself a little bit. That's all it is. It's no hate, just a little constructive criticism. Out of all albums, that was probably the most where it felt a little petty, but believe me, if I was being petty about this video, I can just talk about Nav's whole discography, or Doo-Wop Kane from 2020 till present day, or Summer's whole entire discography before 2021. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into all that. But hey, that's the end of the video. Let me know if you disliked any of the opinions I threw out. Make sure you comment down in the comment section if you agree with these or you disagree with any of these. Make sure you like this video. Maybe share it with somebody you enjoy music with. But hey, it's your boy Go Mill. We out.